Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm here today showing a guide on how to one-shot Zealots in Hypixel Skyblock. But if you guys do enjoy my content, be sure to subscribe to the channel, as about 75% of the people who watch my videos are not subscribed. So it would really help me out if you guys could subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. I decided to make this guide because I see in chat of end lobbies a lot that people still can't one-shot Zealots. I thought I'd make this guide to show all those people how to go from basically having nothing to being able to one-shot Zealots. So without further ado, let's get into the guide. So I'm going to start off with probably the most important thing for doing damage in all of Skyblock. It doesn't just pertain to Zealots, but it's Talisman. So as you see, I have a full accessory bag of Talismans, and with this I'm able to do about 34,000 damage to Zealots. It's decent. Talisman are the best things in the game to help you deal extra damage, because depending on rarity you can reforge them, and you can get +2 strength, plus 8% crit damage. And then the attack speed doesn't really matter, but the strength and crit damage is good. And if you reforge to godly, you also get crit chance, damage, and strength, along with intelligence, but intelligence doesn't matter too much. Basically, having all of these talismans are good because if I look at my stats, I have 313 strength, I have 86% crit chance, and then I have 314% crit damage. So that is pretty decent. And if I actually take out my sword and I hold my sword, then open up the menu, you see I have 436 strength, 100% crit chance, and 396 crit damage. So now if I take off all my talisman, I will show you what my stats look like after that. So I have taken off all my talisman now, and they're in these now. If I look at my stats, you can see that my crit chance is at 66% and my damage is at 111, and I have 201 strength. My crit damage has gone down almost 300%, and that is not good. So right now I'm actually going to go show you how much damage I do to Enderman real quick, just so I can actually show off how much damage I do without any of my talisman. So if I come over here and I hit this Enderman, I did 5,000 damage there without a crit, and if I hit this one with a crit, I do about 14,000 damage, which is still enough to one-shot a Zealot, but it's not really good because my normal crit damage is around 34,000 to Enderman. So just from taking off all of my talisman, I have actually lost 20,000 crit damage, which is a really significant amount. So the way I suggest about going to get talismans and figure out what reforges to do on them is to use Discord and join the Skyblock Simplified Discord server, because on their Discord server they have a bot that is called Skyblock Simplified, and you can DM this bot different messages like SBS missing and your username, and it will tell you all the talisman that you are missing, and it will automatically sort it by lowest price to the highest price. So it should make it easy to get the talisman. Also, the bot can tell you what reforges to reforge all your talisman with to get either perfect crit chance or max damage. I suggest going with perfect crit chance because it does make it better, because at least in my opinion, always hitting a crit is better than sometimes not hitting a crit. But in the description of this video, I will leave an invite link to the Skyblock Simplified Discord server. So if you want, you can go ahead and join and you can work on talisman then. So after getting talisman, the next probably best thing to do is to actually do all of the fairy souls here. So if you don't know what fairy souls are, what they are is hidden around the map are these kind of little swirly player head things, and if you click on them, you'll get something called a fairy soul. So what you can do with the fairy souls is you can come over here to Tia the Fairy in the wilderness. So for every 5 fairy souls that you claim, you will get HP, strength. I'm not exactly sure what the last one is, but you definitely get HP and strength. And the main thing you're looking for there is you're looking for the strength, because strength is a really good stat and you can get a lot from doing the fairy souls. So in the quest log you can see the fairy souls quest, and I have found 190 out of 194. So the max you can redeem at the current moment of this video going up is 190. So that's at least 38 strength that you can get from doing the fairy souls, if not more. The way that you get fairy souls is they're kind of just spread around all throughout the map. Like here, there's one here that you can get, and they're just literally everywhere. So if I actually click on the quest, you can see where all the fairy souls are. There are 79 in the hub, 7 in the barn, 8 in the mushroom desert, 12 in the gold mines, 21 in the deep caverns, 17 in the spider's den, 19 in the blazing fortress, 12 in the end, 11 in the park, and 5 in Jerry's workshop, along with 3 fairy souls that you get from fishing. So to do the fairy souls, I highly suggest watching TimeDeo's guide on how to get all the fairy souls. I will leave all of them in the description because there are 2 different ones from the main one because of how some of the islands have been updated. But I will leave those down in the description so you can go watch them and do all the fairy souls if you so choose to do so. So after the talisman and fairy souls, the next most important thing is probably armor. So the armor set that I suggest using is Ender armor, because each armor piece will have all of its stats doubled while you're in the end island. Having a full set of this will give you pretty good stats. If you reforge the armor to godly, you will have 14 strength, you will have 6 crit chance, and you will have plus 12% crit damage on each piece of armor. So this armor set is probably the best for early game until you can get a pair of dragon armor. So now the most important thing of this is the price. Ender armor generally goes for cheap. You can probably get a full set for under 100,000 coins. It's a pretty cheap set that is relatively good. Also, if you don't want to buy the Ender armor, you can actually kill these Endermen here, these 4500 HP Endermen, because they have the best chance of dropping the armor. I think the chance is not that good, but you can definitely come here and grind for a set of armor if you don't want to pay 100k for the armor. So I'm just gonna run around for a couple minutes and see if I can get a piece of armor real quick. Oh, and there we go. After about only a minute and a half of just killing these Endermen, I actually got a pair of Ender boots here. So they're not too hard to get, mainly the luck enchant because it gives you a better chance to get armor drops. But yeah, so with that, that is basically the armor section of this video, and now we will move on to the last section of the video, another important part to being able to one-shot Zealots. So now the last part of the video is obviously the weapon, and so the weapon we're going to be getting is the Raider's Axe. And the way you can get the Raider's Axe is from buying it from the Viking in the Spruced Forest. So if you talk to him, you will start a quest. And basically what you have to do is you have to help the Viking remember what the sea is like. So you'll need 3 items. You will need a fish hat, and a magical water bucket. So all are really easy to get, and the magical water bucket you can either make or you can buy off the auction house for really cheap. But the first thing you do is you just put the fish in the furnaces here, and then after that you will just right click on the block here to put out the fire, and then you put on the fish hat, and you have to use the ability which you crouch and it will splash. And what you have to do is you just have to keep splashing on the Viking for a little bit. And after you're done splashing on the Viking, you will do that lightning strike effect, and that will show that you can actually talk to the Viking here. So if you talk to the Viking, you can see here, you have the Raider's Axe, which cost 130,000 coins to buy, which is a little expensive, but it is definitely worth it, because if you max out your wood collection, you get a lot more strength, and if you max out the kills, you get a lot more damage, and you earn 20 more coins for monster kills. The Raider's Axe is definitely the best weapon to use until you can either buy an aspect of the dragon, or if you really want, go out of your way and get a spicy thick tactician sword. that's gonna wrap it up for this video. I hope that you guys did enjoy this quick little guide, and if you did, be sure to subscribe to the channel, as it would really help me out, because at 200 subscribers I'm going to be doing another 1 million coin giveaway. So with that, I will see you all in the next video.